Phenomenal cosmic powers!
Hello fellow player characters, this is Dave on CRPG Dungeons & Dragons Night, and I want to address something that has been brought up a few times when I've played some of the RPGs on my channel. I am a video game player, yes, but the thing is, I approach them from the perspective of a TTRPG. So when I'm playing games like Pool of Radiance, Wizardry, games like that, a lot of the times I have characters in there and I take them with the same kind of expectations I would with my characters in a TTRPG. Such as I consider them like living, breathing characters. I do get upset when I have to re-roll characters that aren't working out. I also don't go through the game with the intent of I have to beat the game. I actually go through it a lot of the time just with the mentality of I'm going on an adventure and these are my friends going on an adventure together. So you'll get a lot of that out of me. So when I was repeatedly going through sections of Pool of Radiance and getting upset at the fact that I wasn't getting very far early on, which by the way none of those videos exist anymore, but I kept getting stuck in the same spot. And this was before I found out that I could actually just bypass a certain area and just go on do other things. Once that was made for me to know, I started having fun again. Because I was getting to the point where I was just ready to up and quit the gold box games because I just wasn't getting anywhere. Now that I am getting to places, I'm having a little bit more fun. And a lot of the times I'll sit and think, what would my characters do? And I do it on the fly quite a lot. You know, you don't see me sitting there thinking too hard on something. Because my mind goes 100 miles an hour in different directions all at once. So when it gets to like things of what my party would do, my entire head canon is working. What would my 6 characters do in this situation? What would my 4 characters do in this situation? What would my 1 character do in this situation? And that goes through my head in a matter of seconds. And I don't always verbally say what I'm thinking on the channel, but that's how it usually works out for me. I keep charts and stuff on my walls here to help me keep track of stuff, because a lot of the earlier games, they don't have the charts or maps or anything like that to help you keep track of things. You don't have journals telling you what quests you get to go on and stuff like that. You pretty much have to wing it on your own. You have to keep notes and have graph paper and stuff like that, which I do enjoy doing those in those games. But getting back to the subject, I usually do go through my games much in the matter of an actual tabletop game. And you'll see that a lot in how I play the game. I'm not usually, with me going on Dungeons & Dragons online, I had people getting upset with me because I was playing with the intention of just role-playing a character and having fun. Well, the group I was with, I ended up leaving the group, but they still stay in contact with me periodically. But the thing is I was getting kind of miffed because they were kind of, ruining my fun because they wanted me to min-max everything. So, and I'm not a min-maxer in the least. So, because I usually, when I make a character, I go, oh, well, this is going to be fun. I'm going to play this character, or this feat might sound, stupid to someone else, but I'll go like, you know what? I'll take that feat because that sounds like something fun to do. Okay, Windows security just came on for whatever reason. Dismiss that. So a lot of the times, yeah, I'll have people at odds with me because I'm trying to play a role-playing game like or a computer role-playing game like a tabletop, which that was the intention of my channel initially, was I wanted to see if it could be done. And a lot of times it can be. But when you have multiple players and they have a mindset of you have to be the strongest, you have to have the best, you have to be top of the line if you plan on getting anywhere, um, that kind of throws it for me and kind of kills the fun for me because, I'm just there to have a good time and, hope everybody else is having a good time because I'm seeing this as a game. I'm seeing this as tabletop at best because a lot of the earlier games you really can't do tabletop too well. But later games, you know, all that. But like the ones with Pool of Radiance where it's like you have the dungeon you're going around, but when you get into combat, then you go through miniatures. Well, I call them miniatures because that's basically what they're supposed to represent. Those little icons, as they call them. But for all intents and purposes, to me, those are miniatures. That's how you usually set them up, and that's usually how I, you know, go about the game. Is I treat them like they're the miniatures on a tabletop, and I try to do my best at the game. I do my best not to do what do you call it? Uh, I forgot the term they use about saving, but the fact where I have to go back to a previous save or something like that. I think that's the only thing that really kills it for me in a game is having to go back to a previous save constantly. Um, Other than that, I'm having a good time with the games, and now that now that I'm finally getting somewhere on Pool of Radiance, which by the way I'm going to get back to it in late August. I wanted to do some other things until then. I'm doing like experiments on other games to see if I can get them to run on my computer and still do a stream. Um, but the other games I've been trying out, I'm calling them test runs and stuff. And I think the most recent one I decided I actually was just going to put it on as a session one anyway, which was Moon Rings or Moon Ring. And because I was having so much fun playing it, and I'm going like, I'm going to make this a regular thing because I'm just having fun with it. Um, I'm going to be getting back to Neverwinter Nights to actually get a little bit more into the meat of the game. Um, and then after that, you're probably never going to see it until I actually get back to the game after pretty much playing all the other Forgotten Realms gold box games, which I'm trying to do each story arc in order. So right now it's going to be back to the Pool of Radiance games by August, which, like I said, there's been five, and I'm going to be working on uh, a. I'm working on a project right now, considering a lot of the stuff that's coming up. I've got a hot rod gathering I'm going to this Friday for my dad's sake, but I'm still going to make a video of it just for funsies, and a few other things coming up. Um, I hope that this hasn't been a waste of your time listening to me ramble, but thank you for watching. This is Dave on CRPG Dungeons & Dragons Night, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream, whichever comes first. Bye-bye.